Good evening everyone, my name is Adam and this is my weekly analysis. I'm going to have a look at the US dollar index and its performance and its current technical sort of status against other currency pairs. And this is for Sunday the 2nd of February 2020. So I started off here with the US dollar index and we had we had a really bearish move on Friday. Wrapping up the week, but also I've spoken in previous analysis and previous videos, but looking to see if the weekly downtrend, which was shifting to a bearish formation or bearish tone or bearish sentiment, was going to follow through on that, and it has actually indeed. So there's a really nice bearish candle here. So what I'm going to be looking for this week is a break below, in the coming days, a break below the low of this weekly candle to follow through on that. And so my expectation, certainly watching it on, say, the 4-hour time frame, is to see this resume or begin and to maintain a downtrend on the 4-hour time frame. And so I do expect the dollar to continue to weaken at this point in time. And certainly technically that is what it's looking like doing, which also then supports the idea here. We've got a really strong bullish weekly candle on the euro, and although we have a downtrend on the daily, I do anticipate this breaking the previous highs and certainly attempting to climb higher. So this is pretty much following through from the previous week. Cable, on the other hand, is looking much more bullish. It's finally started to break out of its sideways consolidation moves, especially here on the weekly. I've got the 50, 20, and 10 moving averages that have reordered themselves. Looks really nice and bullish, and so this is showing, technically at least, an intention, especially as it sat on previous resistance as support. Looks very much keen on continuing on upwards and resuming its trend. So for me, cable is looking really nice and attractive in terms of trading opportunities. Then having a look here at the Australian dollar, which is incredibly bearish. It's also well overextended. It's coming down to some good support levels right in this area, pushing through those, and it'll be due for a retracement, but overall looking much weaker. So in fact, it's actually invariably much weaker than the US dollar. So I'm taking that into account. Kiwi as well is not necessarily as weak as the Australian dollar, but it is certainly looking pretty weak. And supporting this, in these cases, we're not seeing a stronger US dollar. We're seeing actually, I beg your pardon, we're not seeing a weaker US dollar. We're seeing a stronger US dollar. So a bit of conflict there. Then going across and have a look at dollar yen, which is doing its own thing. This is also showing some signs of a weaker US dollar, certainly for the time being. Dollar Swissy also following through on that, and actually the CHF charts, the Swissy charts, are looking very attractive to me again to continue their move to the downside with a stronger Swiss franc and also potentially on that chart a weaker US dollar. So then having a look here at dollar CAD is actually looking like a stronger US dollar, which just implies a weaker Canadian dollar. So overall I'm seeing mixed signals with regards to a stronger US dollar or weaker US dollar, but overall, because of the weighting of the different particular sizes of those different currency pairs, my expectation for the time being is really that although currency pairs individually are doing their own thing, I am expecting a weaker US dollar across the board pretty much, but also stronger pound and potentially Swissy moves and Aussie dollar moves. So then when I have a look, for example, at a couple of these charts, just highlighting here, Euro Swissy still trending down lower. So this was in a couple of videos that I did recently. Cable and Swissy also both strengthening together, so that's not really an issue there. Aussie Swissy particularly very, very, very bearish, strong moves to the downside. Kiwi Swissy will also do that. And then having a look at some of these GBP pairs, as I said, where I'm expecting to see them climbing to the upside. Okay, and so I'm expecting at least intraday trades to be provide me with some solid opportunities on these GBP charts and some of those crosses.